Yes, good morning everyone. Yes, very good morning to all of you. Yes, very good morning. Yes, everyone, very good morning to all of you. Yes, how many people are there? Okay, live chat is on. Yes, good morning everyone. Hmm, where are you guys and girls? Yes, Nilesh, you are there. Good. Nilesh is there. Quite surprised, no? Yes. So, welcome to Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. Yes, Rudra, very good morning to all of you. Yes, on Unacademy, we are going to provide you daily live classes, live test series, structured courses, and unlimited access. Those who haven't downloaded the Unacademy app, I insist you to download the Unacademy app because if you really want to take the advantage of Unacademy, then there are special classes available only on the app. Please download it and tell others to do that. Yes, let me introduce myself. Those who are new here, my name is Harshvardhan Singh, and and yes, I'm having 8 year experience in the field of civil services as an educator. Earlier, I was selected as an intelligence bureau officer. I did my graduation in engineering and masters in economics. Yes, and currently my lecture series on world history as well as international relation is going on. Along with that, a very special segment we are going to discuss on our quest channel that is related to MCQ. And today at 8 o'clock we have the lecture of it. And yes, in the world history, we already discussed all the parts of the study aspect. Now we are going to discuss one important aspect, that is questions and how to frame the answer. So please do join there, and those who missed the lecture, please watch the video. It is available on YouTube channel as well as it is available in app. Yes, and those who want to connect with me, here is my Telegram channel at unacademy_Harshvi10. And those who want to connect with me through Unacademy app, then address is at Harshvardhan Singh for you. These are our top educators. Please do watch their videos. Yes, it will give more insight. And I hope all of you subscribe to Unacademy. Those who haven't, please subscribe to Unacademy because if you really want to enjoy all the aspects of Unacademy guidance, then you have to take subscription. We have plus as well as iconic option. I insist you to take at least iconic subscription. Why it is so? Because here we are going to provide all the aspects of guidance including personal feedback. We have option of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 and 36 months. So at least take a yearly subscription so that within a year you are going to cover all the parts of preparation. Yes, and this is my code. Harshvi10 is my code. Use this code. Take 10% discount. Yes, you will get the immediate 10% discount as well as you're going to count as my student. Yes, so optional courses are also there. Please do join there. Unacademy Combat, it is the thing as all of you know about it. Those who haven't, please read it from our app or from website. 6 months left for your prelims preparation. Please stay alert. Yes, from 28th December we started the batch from these are our top educators. Please join the batches so that you will get the more benefits, and we are going to help you to crack UPSC prelims examination. Our batches is bilingual English as well as in Hindi medium. And here's the last important announcement, that is from 1st January 2021 we are going to increase the prices. So before that, take the subscription and use my code. Harshvi10 is my code. Clear? These are my special classes. These are available only on Unacademy app. Yes, good morning Anagha, good morning Bhanupriya, good. So there are many students joined with me. Yes, once again, very good morning to all of you. And very important aspect of international relations. And some of you said, why this person is saying every time important aspect, important. Yes, because all are important. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the important aspects only. Clear? So Africa is the most important continent from all point of view, either the historical point of view, either the geographical point of view, either the point of economic point of view as well. Clear? So you know importance of Africa. Just look at this map. Just read the map carefully. Yes, everyone. Yes, Neha. Good morning. Read the map carefully, and then I'm going to ask some question to you. Yes, the questions are very simple, and it looks silly, but definitely it is going to solve your problems. Yes. So you read the map. Yes, everyone. So do you observe that strategic location of Africa? Africa is a continent from where all the what we can say latitude pass. That is what we can call it as a Tropic of Cancer, Equator, and Tropic of Capricorn. Yes, all the three are passing from it. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, and Equator. These all are passing through Africa. Along with that, a very important factor that here is zero. Prime meridian. Prime meridian is also passing through Africa. So it is the only, yes, remember, it is the only the prime meridian is also passing through it. Clear? And this island, sorry, this continent is surrounded by ocean from all the sides. Yes, ocean from all the sides. A very best example, Mediterranean Sea on east, sorry, Mediterranean Sea on north, clear? Red Sea in northeast direction, Arab Sea on east, on west side, clear? Yes, whole continent is surrounded by water, means accessibility to, yes everyone, clear? And yes, when we discuss the portion African colonization, that at that time I told you that this African continent was colonized, clear? Then Spanish, Portugali, then Germans, along with that one more is that Belgium, clear? Along with that Belgium is there. So they were the colonial masters, clear? Yes everyone. Is that clear to you? One more important thing I just want to tell you is trade point of view as well. Can you see here one more thing? Strait of Gibraltar. Yes, Strait of Gibraltar. This is most important. This Strait of Gibraltar is basically connecting between Africa and Europe. Here is Africa and here is a Europe. An important position is there. Yes, Africa and Europe. That is important. Here another strategic importance is there, Suez Canal. Suez Canal is there. That is historically important. Here the Gulf of Aden is there. Gulf of Aden is there. These countries are considered as a Horn of Africa. Yes, this is just like a horn, so it is considered as a horn of Africa. Clear? Everyone? Yes, these coasts are important. They are known by different names. Some coasts are known as Gold Coast and all. Why you have to go through it? Clear? Along with that, it is very famous desert is here. And why I'm going to tell you should know the detailings of it. Atacama Desert. If I'm not wrong, yes, the desert is there on this side. Clear? Yes, everyone. Is that clear to you? Basic information related to the Africa. Is that clear to you? So if you read this map carefully, you will get to know the importance of African continent. And yes, this fact is very well known. That is reach of natural resources. African continent is reach of natural resources. Clear? And if you closely observe it, you will get to know that desert on the eastern side, sorry, desert on the western side. That's desert on the western side. Here is also very famous desert, that is Sahara Desert. But this western side is having some connection with the current, oceanic current, and UPSC already asked this question. Clear? For general information, I just told you that thing. Yes, why, what exactly this connection is. For further details, just go and read G.C. Leong. Okay, so there are very few countries which are very well known to us. First is of course Egypt, that is very well known to us. Second is Somalia. Why Somalia is very well known to us? Is there any significance of Somalia? Yes, everyone. Is there any significance of Somalia? Why the Somalia? I said very well known to us. Yes, South Africa is another country very well known. Yes, Somalia. This is very famous for piracy. Somalian pirates are very famous nowadays. Clear? Ethiopia. This is having historical connection with India. That yes, Ethiopia is having historical connection with India. Do you know that? Clear? So this country is very well known to us. This country is very well known to us. This country is very well known to us. Clear? Other than hardly, hardly we know about the other countries. Zimbabwe, this country we know because of cricket team. Once upon a time there was a cricket team, so that's why. And yes, one more country we know that, Sudan. The Sudan we know very well because of civil war was going on there for a long time. Other than that, most of the African countries are not, means we don't know about them. We don't have more information about them. Clear? Yes, everyone? Yes? Okay, I ask you one question. You're not answering that question. I'm asking about Ethiopia. Do we have any connection with Ethiopia? Any historical connection with Ethiopia? Yes, do you know it or you don't know it? If you know it, it is very well. If you don't know, please let me know. I'm going to tell you. Yes, Bhanupriya, then please tell me if you know the historical connection between Ethiopia and India. Yes, fast, 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 fast. I asked this question. Nope. Either you're not saying you know, you don't know. It's okay. Okay, next. The bilateral relation, that is India-Africa. we are going to discuss. Kalpesh, response is so late. I considered all of you knew this thing. Nilesh Arya said ancient trade belts. Means, do you really think so? Means, do you want me to tell you the answer? Yes, everyone. Do you really want me to reply? If you think so, then I am going to. Yes, yes, a very famous person. Yes, most of you don't know. Have you heard about Abyssinian? Have you heard about the name Malik Ambar? Have you heard about the name of the person Malik Ambar? Have you read about the Siddhis, Siddhi Johar? Yes, there's Malik Ambar, Siddhi Johar. Who are they basically? They are Abba. Spelling may be the different. Abyssinian. And this Abyssinia is also known as Ethiopia. Clear? Malik Ambar, yes, Malik Ambar played an important role in Ahmednagar dynasty. Yes, and this person laid the foundation of one very famous city in Maharashtra known as Aurangabad. Yes, and this person invented a guerrilla warfare, and yes, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj also adopted many practices from Malik Ambar. Clear? So you know the historical significance of this person. Clear? And Siddhi Johar, of course, one very famous place is near Mumbai, Chanchira. They ruled there. So, and one more word, one actually racist word is there. This racist word is there. We generally not use this word. But have you ever heard about Hapshi? Hapshi, somewhere, some in your life? Yes, this Abyssinian are racist means they used to call people call them as a Hapshi. Clear? So this historical relation is there. They ruled here, and yes, in India they ruled as well. They are from Ethiopia. Okay, so background of India and Africa. First, there was a trade link with the Africa. Yes, because Arabian Sea means India is having link with the Arabian countries through this Arabian Sea, and we have a connection with them. Clear? Along with that, what we mentioned about the Malik Ambar. Malik Ambar was a slave. A slave trade was very famous historically. Yes, he was captured there as a slave, and he then entered into India and he lived there. Clear? Colonial past is same in India and Africa. That is, they are also victim of European colonialism. Yes, they are also victim of European colonialism. Next, migration of Indian workers to Africa. Real migration of Indian workers to Africa. I don't know that. Do you know that? Yes, everyone. Do you know that? Indians migrated to Africa. Really? When? Why? How? When? Why? How? Why Indians migrated to Africa? Kalpesh said for plantation industry. Nilesh said Bihari mostly. Nilesh. No, 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 no. Yes, exactly. Means where the most densely populated area, and of course Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, these are the most densely populated area in India. The migration is there, but not for plantation industry. Yes, to some extent they, but most of the time they migrated as the workers for construction of railways. And very famous country is Kenya. Clear? Along with that, one more country is there where Indians were there, known as South Africa. What do you think? Why Gandhi went to South Africa? To celebrate holidays? Yes. Why Gandhi went to South Africa? He went there to fight a case of Indian merchant because they were illiterate. Gandhi was the educated one, so he went there because of the same thing. Clear? Construction of railway, plantation industry is there, and other stuff. And why it is so? Why it is so? Because the colonial master took these people from India and they settled there. And do you know what? Kenya is also having Indian diaspora. Uganda is having Indian diaspora. Clear? Yes, exactly, Ashwin. Good. Now you get it. So this point is also clear. Clear. Indian diaspora is there in Africa. As I mentioned, Kenya, Uganda, along with South Africa. These are the places where Indians are settled and now they are the citizen of that respective country. And is there any advantage of Indian diaspora? Yes. Can we consider the presence of Indian diaspora? Is it advantageous thing or is there an advantage of it? Yes, everyone. Do you think so? The presence of Indian diaspora in Africa is having any significance or relation in international relations? If it is so, how? Next question is always ready. How do you think so that they are advantageous? Yes, the only Nilesh said yes. The rest of you are not agree with that. No, they are not useful for us. Nilesh said people to people contact. What do you think? What Indians means Indian origin people, that is PIO, peoples of Indian origin, what they were doing there? Yes, what do you think? Any wild guess? What work they are basically doing there? Any guess, everyone? Whether they work there as a labor, they act as an agent, trade. Yes, in case of Austria diaspora, played a great role. Yes, Indians, they went there as a worker, and you know that Indians are always smart. Indians are always smart. They do not want to do donkey work. So they learn the things, they learn the language, and right now they are important player in that country. Why? Because they acquired the businesses and they are running the business. And you know what? If any community is running the business, then definitely that community is going to pressurize the government to pursue the policy. And of course, when you are from a different land, you always have the affection with that particular country. So they are basically a bridge. Means this Indian diaspora is a bridge between India and African nation. Yes, Ashwini, they are. Yes, exactly, Nilesh Arya, exactly. They are going to create the pressure. They acted as a bridge between Africa and basically they are going to provide the platform. Yes, they are going to provide the platform for negotiation. It is just like that. Yes, one example, very simple example in your and mine day-to-day life. It is just like, means suppose if you want to go to Delhi, if you are from South India or if you are from Northeast India or northmost India, means for example Punjab, Kashmir, and all. And if you want to go to Delhi for your preparation for your interview, and you don't know about Delhi, so it is a cause of concern for all of us, even the parents as well. But if any relative, distant relative is present in Delhi, do you think so that it is very helpful for you? Yes, is that case or not? Why? Because that relative, maybe that relative is going to provide space in his home or in her home, or at least they can guide you. It is the same thing with the Indian diaspora. Clear? They acted as a bridge. Next connection, yes, next background between India, Africa, of course, Mahatma Gandhi. Yes, this person for decades there, finally he involved there as a civil rights activist. He went to jail to defend the right of the people, and for just for a case he went there, but he spent around 25 years of his life. Clear? And he learned many more things there. That's why South African experiment was most important for not just for Gandhi but for Indian leadership as well, because Gandhi learned from their mistakes. He first and most important thing learned, that is capacity of people. He knew that people are going to fight for some time, not just like leader. So he always considered the capacity of people while launching the movement. Clear? So Mahatma Gandhi connection is there, and this is a bridge between India and South Africa, especially as you know that Nelson Mandela was highly influenced by the Gandhi. So it was a bridge, means a footstep for us in African continent. Clear? Next, Afro-Asian Conference. Yes, do you remember this conference in 1955, also known as Bandung Conference? Yes, everyone, do you remember this Bandung Conference, Afro-Asian Conference 1955? This conference is important to build the relation of independent India with independent African nation, because this conference shows the solidarity with the African nation and India strive for decolonization of African country. Clear? So this is a relation that India was not involved in Africa for the trade only. We have a historical ties. Clear? Indian diplomacies work on that. Means we do not want to exploit any country. What we want? We want overall development of both the countries at the same time. Clear? Inclusive growth. This word is very famous and important. And the next thing, our connection is Indian Army played an important role in US peacekeeping mission. Do we have any example of it? Yes, everyone. Do you have any example that how and when, where Indian Army played a role as a peacekeeping force? Yes, everyone. Do you have any example? Do you know that where Indian Army played a role in Africa through United Nations? No. I'm really surprised that you don't know. Yes, उधर सीमा पे जवान लड़ रहे हैं और तुम्हें यही नहीं पता है कि हमारे जवान कहाँ लड़ रहे हैं. Really? Oh, they are making us proud, not in India but in the worldwide context, and we don't know about it. I'm really surprised. Good. Next. India stood against the apartheid. India stood against the apartheid in South Africa. Clear? This is an important role played by India. India criticizes the South African government which followed the apartheid policy. India criticizes in United Nations. India criticized them through NAM as well, and they tried to put pressure on them. So after independence of South Africa, after the end of apartheid, when Nelson Mandela became the president, he invited Indian for his oath ceremony. So this is a simple indication how we are closely related with the South Africa. Next thing, next background is there. It provided the leadership, that is India provided leadership to African nation in United Nations. In international level, yes, in international platform, as these African nation doesn't have a experience of democracy. Even they are too small as compared to, means the territory is also, territory is large, but economically they were not too strong. Along with that, they do not have a experiment of democracy and they don't know how to present themselves in international platform. At that time, India raised their question in United Nations, and as the best example, that India was struggling for decolonization of South Africa, sorry, African nation. Clear? Through NAM, India played an important role in Africa because these newly independent nation states became the part of NAM, and India was a leader of NAM. Because of that, because of the NAM, India saved the African nation to fall into trap of neo-colonization. And at present, India's engagement with the Africa, with India-Africa Forum Summit, BRICS, IPSA, etc. Yes, Ashwini. Is the only person who gave the answer. Yes, Indian Army played an important role as a peacekeeping force in Congo. What, guys and girls? Is that so simple? Yes. Now you are going to tell me why India is interested in Africa. Very simple question for you. Why India is interested in Africa? What do you think? What are the reasons? Yes, first, everyone. Earlier I thought that I'm going to write it, but I said, okay, no, these people are smart enough. They know the answer. Ashwini Kalpesh said natural resources. Okay. Nilesh said oil. Hmm, that's it. Yes, market for Indian products and trade, of course. Market for Indian product is a part of trade only. Clear? Means Indian product is basically we are talking about finished goods. Asia Africa growth corridor, yes, it is there. But now I'm asking means why India is interested to increase the market for pharmaceutical and other products. Yes, we mentioned that. Yes, Ashwini, market for Indian products, Indian goods. Along with that, don't you think so? India considered Africa as a source of raw material. Yes, can we consider African nation as a source, important source of raw material for India? Can we? Yes. Can be considered it as an important source of raw material for us because African nations having natural resources, they produce that, but they do not have the technology. They do not have the technology to refine it or to produce the manufacturing goods. So that's why it is an important source of raw material for Indian industries. For finished product, it is a market. Along with that, yes, why? Along with that, these 4 points are clear. I want to know the fifth point, and it is having international importance from Indian point of view. Fifth point, sixth point, you can mention that. There is Solar Alliance and all. We can consider it as a part of it, but most important, strategic location, especially Indian Ocean and African countries. Yes, the location is important from trade point of view. Yes, I am going to write for you. Yes, strategic location is there. Strategic location is important. But other than that, our most important point is there. Why India is interested in that? Why India wants to establish a relationship with them? Means the most important problem with all of you is that you always think on economic point of view. You're not going to think beyond the economic point of view. And remember one thing, international relation is not dependent only on economic prospects. There are other prospects as well. Just think about it. The natural resources, oil, market products, raw material, these all the economic points are there. But other than that, yes, is there anything other than that also? Can I say one thing that African nations are backing India's claim of UNSC? Yes, can we say that African nations are backing the India's claim in UNSC? That's why India is interested in Africa because without support of these countries, it's not possible for India to get the seat, permanent seat in UNSC. Agree? Yes, everyone agree? Don't you think so? This African nation backed India in trade and climate negotiation. Can we consider WTO? Then, then one more thing is there. Uh, UNFCC. Yes. Do you think so that India is interested because these all are going to back India? India is going to provide leadership in WTO, and through all this thing, India can pressurize this international institution. Yes, clear. So please remember, economic aspect is there. Political aspect is also important. Clear? And social aspect, of course, people to people contact should be there. Yes, that is an important aspect because India is willing to achieve the goal of sustainable development, SDG, Sustainable Development Goal. And India doesn't want to achieve it alone. India wants others to do that. But why India is interested? Economic factors are there, but political factors are also important because these countries are backing India's claim in UNSC. Along with that, these countries backed India in negotiation in world institutions like WTO, UNFCCC and all. That's why India wants their support. Is that clear to all of you? See, you know all points. You just mentioned that and I just wrote it. You all are smart. Good. This point is clear why India is interested in Africa. Yes, is that clear to all of you? Any question, any doubt? Any question, any doubt? Next. India-Africa Forum Summit. Clear? Very good. India-Africa Forum Summit. It began in 2008. But I have one more question. Why there is a need to launch such summit? Why there is a need to launch it? India-Africa Forum Summit. Why it was necessary to launch it? And that only in 2008, as we have a cordial relation with the African nation for a long. Why then? Yes, everyone. What do you think? Why it is required? Hmm? Any guess? Yes, any guess? Is that so difficult for you to answer? I'm really surprised. Yes, boys and girls. Why do you think there is a need to launch Africa Forum Summit? All the African nations participated in that. Yes, this is important. We invited them. Culprits at financial crisis. The most important, always remember, China factor. China factor is an important factor in that because we had, yes, we are doing so, Rudra, we are doing so. Whatever you mentioned, strengthen the structural engagement and all, yes, we are doing so. But why there is a need to launch this platform? Because of China factor. As we mentioned, India provided leadership to them. India raised their question in international platform. India stood with them. So India was doing everything with them. But when it was a question of trade, economic ties, China was far ahead of India. And then India realizes, no, no, Africa is our friend nation. It's African continent. All nations are having friendly relation with the India. But when it comes in economic terms, we are lagging far behind of China. So we have to engage ourselves with Africa. But of course, our aim is completely different that of China. China's aim is basically to pursue economic interest. India is having overall interest, socio-political, economic, and cultural. Clear? So this China factor was important for that. So in 2008, the beginning of Africa, the India-Africa Forum Summit. What exactly it is? It is intergovernmental. It is intergovernmental, means government to government. It is intergovernmental attempt to thirst to bilateral trade and cooperation. Clear? Means we have to promote the bilateral trade relation and cooperation. And because of that reason, India is committed to provide soft loan of worth $5 billion to African nations. Along with that, 500 million in grants. What's the difference between grants and soft loans? Are they same or are they different? Yes, everyone. What's the difference between grant and soft loans? Are they same or different? Are they different? Yes, but why? How? How can we consider? Yes, grant is very simple. Yes, no need to pay back. Yes, exactly, Nilesh. No need to pay back. And soft loan, yes, you have to pay back, but in the soft loan, for your general information, soft loans you have to pay back, but with the low interest rate, along with that, yes, of course, Nilesh, very good. It is given for long term. A negligible rate of interest charge over it, and even the time span is more. Clear? So India is basically engaging themselves. First, we are going to offer them $5 billion soft loan for the development of African nation. Second, $500 million in grant. Third, institutional building and training fellowship. Why it is so? Because Africa is lack in that. We are going to support them to build the institutions, maybe the scientific laboratory, maybe the agriculture institutions. Yes, a kind of thing we are going to provide them. Along with that, we are going to provide them training program, that is skill development, and this fellowship is for skill development. Along with that, students also, we are providing the fellowship for the students so that the African nation students, they can pursue their higher education in India, and they are going to build a strong relation between India and Africa. Yes, clear? Is that clear? And the last thing, that is India's commitment, is there related to the offer duty-free market access to least developed countries. Last thing, offered duty-free market access to least developed countries. Why it is so? Of course, they are least developed, they are not in a position to pay that. Along with that, India wants to give flip or boost to the trading activity with this country. Clear? Is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to you? India-Africa Forum Summit. It began in 2008, intergovernmental attempt to thirst the bilateral and trade and cooperation. India committed soft loan, grants, along with that institutional building up, training, fellowship, and offered duty-free market access to least developed countries so that India can give boost to the trade or trading activity in those countries. Next, economic diplomacy between India and Africa. Currently, India's bilateral trade is around $70 billion with Africa. Oh, Preeti, you are there after a long time. Good. Neeraj Sharia, very good. So economic diplomacy, bilateral trade is around $70 billion, but with whole African continent. But it receives setback since 2013. Why? What happened? Yes. Why? What happened? Since 2013, the trade receives setback. Hmm. A very simple question to all of you, and you all are quite aware of it. Why? What happened since 2013? We received the setback with our trading relationship with Africa. Hmm? Oh, no answer. China is investing in Africa. It's their problem, Nilesh. What's the big deal with us? China is investing very good, but why? Why India received setback since 2013? Hmm, no answer. Are you serious? All of you are serious. You don't know. This is a very simple answer. Yes, Nilesh, Arya, Preeti, Rudra, Ashwini, Anagha. As Kalpesh said, because of rising prices of oil. Kalpesh, if the prices are going to rise, don't you think so that trade is along is going to boost? Because if you are going to pay more, then number should be more. The number is not going to reduce. Do you know that we already discussed this point in Latin America, India, Latin America, and do you remember the year as well? It is the same year in 2013. The trade since 2013, the trade setback received in Latin American trade as well. Why? Because America discovered the gases in their particular area, so demand of energy product reduced suddenly. Yes, the demand is reduced suddenly, and it is having impact here as well. That India's raw material, the crude oil and all from this area is also decreased because the sharp fall in the prices of the crude oil. Do you know that during the time of 2011, 12, 13, the crude oil prices crossed the $100 per barrel. Now it is much less than that. And of course, if we are not going to pay more, trade number, the figure number is going to reduce. Clear? We already discussed this point. How can you forget that? As the prices are less, that is the first factor. The second factor is basically the other materials which were dependent on the crude and oil. They also become cheaper, and because of that, we are paying less. Is that clear to all of you? This point? And do you connect this thing with Latin America? We already discussed this same point in detail in Latin America as well. Boys and girls, can you remember? Means, do you remember that? Okay, next thing. That is Africa's export to India. Africa export India raw materials, all the kind of raw materials. Next, India's export to Africa, pharmaceutical. This is the most important. import for Africa. This is the most important thing. Indian pharmaceutical, because you know that Africa is suffering from AIDS. Yes, Africa is suffering from AIDS. And the medicines or whatever the immunity boosters are having high prices, and India is going to provide them medicine at the low price. Why? Because of the generic medicine. Indian medicines is having huge demand in African market because of the less price. Clear? So pharmaceutical industry in Africa is also having important demand. Next, automobile sector. India exports the automobiles, vehicles, and third, manufacturing products. All the manufacturing products, basically mid-range and high-range manufacturing products, India is going to export to Africa. Next important thing in economic diplomacy, 33 nations. How many total nations are there in Africa? If I'm not wrong, then 54 nations are there. In African continent, there are 54 nations, and out of 54, 33 nations enjoyed the duty-free access to Indian market. So do you think so that it is a good initiative taken by India which gives thrust to the trading activity between India and Africa? Yes, everyone? Do you think so? Next important thing, that is India is the fourth largest investor in Africa. So it is a proud moment for us. India is the fourth largest investor in Africa. But now, proud moment is over. But this but is most important. But China is far ahead of India. And that is a matter of concern for our diplomacy, the economic diplomacy. Yes, India get many greenfield projects. Along with that, our investment in Africa is going on. Means it is increasing and the investment of China is decreasing. But still, if we compare in terms of number, China is far ahead of India in African continent as well. So what we are going to do? Yes, everyone, what's the option for it? Yes, my future bureaucrats, please let me know. What do you think? What's the option left with you? How can you beat China? How can you beat China? Hmm. How can you beat China? It's easy. Hashtag ban Chinese product. Really? If you really want to beat China, then India should invest more and try to develop a more cordial relation with the African nation. Clear? Investment should increase. Yes, and the service sector, pharmaceutical sector, banking sector, and all, we have to engage ourselves with Africa. Along with that, the most important aspect, that is India should invest in infrastructure development project. That is the only way, because it is a long-term project and return is assured. Clear? So that is the sector. It should not be that means banning a Chinese app is not going to serve that purpose. Clear? If you really want to beat the China, then you have to think like them, you have to compete like them. Yes, capacity building, Nileshari, exactly. Capacity building is there. Clear. Next, development diplomacy. development, diplomacy, and yes, India is thinking on the same line. First, most important thing, innovative capacity building program. Innovative. The word is innovative. That is most important. And you know that Indians are innovative. We don't believe in invention. Indians always believe in innovation. That is known as jugaad. Yes, that is innovative capacity building program is launched in Africa. Along with that, this is the most important and ambitious project where India is playing most important role, that is Pan Africa E-Network program. What exactly it is? Broadband connectivity. How this broadband connectivity or e-network program is going to help Africa? Yes, everyone. How it is going to help Africa through broadband connectivity and all? Engage more in the cultural relation, provide more scholarship to the African students. Yes, that is the aspect. That is the aspect, of course, Nilesh. But the most important aspect is always there. You have to invest in developmental project. Infrastructure is the most important aspect of it. Yes, everyone. The question is for you. How Pan India, sorry, Pan Africa e-network project is going to help Africa, as well as how it is going to help India to raise their status image in Africa. Kalpesh said we can set up IT sector there. Yes, Ram Kumar, you are back with the good afternoon. Good. पढ़ेगा अफ्रीका तभी तो बढ़ेगा अफ्रीका. Yes, you also love to coin the slogans. Good. Yes, प्रशांत महासागर की तरफ जा रहे हो आप? Yes, everyone. What do you think? How it is going to help? It's very simple thing. Yes, Nilesh, telemedicine, teleeducation. Yes, whatever we are discussing right now, that is the one of the form of it. It is just because the broadband connectivity is there. It is because of the fast internet connection is there. As you know that African nations are poor. African nations are poor. They don't have that much money to build infrastructure. So what they are going to do through this e-network, they are going to help like telemedicine, then teleeducation. The online education is along with that. Consultancy. Yes, consultancy, etc. So through this service, they are going to attach maximum people with the information. It is a revolutionary thing, and don't you think so? This e-network project is going to boost service sector. Yes, don't you think so that this internet connectivity is going to boost the service sector as well? Yes, agree. They are going to boost the service sector as well, because most of the services at present are dependent on internet only. Right now, whatever I am going to provide, it is a form of service only. And how it is possible? It is possible because of the internet connectivity. Clear? So this is an ambitious project, and do you think so that this program, this e-network program, is definitely is going to boost our relationship with the Africa? Even the African nation is having positive attitude towards India because of it. Yes, because this e-network project is going to change the lives of millions and billions of people of Africa. Clear? So that's why India is investing in that. Clear? Development diplomacy. So if you don't know anything, at least remember this thing, that is E-network project. Next, in development project, grant in assistance of $100 million. India is providing the grant in assistance for $100 million. Along with that, India is providing 50,000 scholarship to the students, so that 50,000 students are going to pursue education in India. Clear? So as a student, if you're a student and if any country is going to provide you scholarship, definitely you are having affection with that country. Because of that country's help, you fulfill your dream. That's good. Next, India is ready to provide soft loan. Soft loan. We do not want to charge high. Second, committed to give the concessional credit. Concessional credit of worth rupees $7 billion. Concessional credit. Credit, everyone knew about credit. Yes, everyone knew about this credit system and all. As those who are having any connection with the market, they knew this thing. Credit system. Clear? Means no need to pay right now, with immediately. So India is committed to give concessional credit of $7 billion. And how much trade India is having with them? Bilateral trade total $70 billion. So you can consider the 10% of our trade we are giving them a credit kind of thing, concessional credit. Clear? So this is the development diplomacy India is playing with African nation. Next, as someone said, I think Rudra or Kalpesh said that Asia-Africa Growth Corridor. This Asia-Africa Growth Corridor is an important initiative taken by Japan and India. Yes, it was a combined initiative taken by Japan and India. Why Japan and India? Why, what they think so? What's the reason behind launching of such project? Yes, what do you think so? Why there is a need to launch this thing? Why there is no need to launch such project? The answer is always there. China. China factor is important in Indian diplomacy. Because of this, and this is not the question with India only, this question is with Japan as well, because Japan is an important country in Asia, wealthy country in Asia, but China's aggressive policy in all the aspects, either in trade, either in culture, either in strategic way, China is following the aggressive policy, expansionist policy, and that's why Japan is having fear. So Japan and India are like-minded countries. Japan and India having a special relationship. So it was decided in 2007 only, but later on, due to some up and downs, finally they decided to launch this project, Asia Africa Growth Corridor. It is a combined initiative of Japan and India. Why and what exactly it is? It is people-centric strategy. People-centric strategy, which includes, which this Asia Africa Growth Corridor include government sector, private sector, academicians, etc. to contribute in that. As this Asia-Africa Growth Project is not just a government initiative, it is open for others to suggest the means so that these two countries are going to play important role in Asia and Africa. But my question is here, I'm having the question, people-centric strategy means what? People-centric strategy means what? Yes, Anaga, BRI of China to counter China and low expenditure route and low carbon emission and all. What is this people-centric strategy? Yes, what do you think? What is this people-centric strategy means? Hmm, think. Take your time, think, and then answer. Because such words are always mentioned in the notes or in the books, and we usually have the practice of mugging up the things. But it should not be the case. Do not mug up the things. Try to understand the meaning of it. If you do that, it will be a very easy to understand any subject. Yes, Rudra, no. Nivetha Babu, yes, Nivetha Babu, yes, after a long time, yes. Nivetha Babu said, considering the people as the main source to build the relationship, okay. Nilesh said, main focus is on people. Preeti said, people to people contact. Kalpesh said, increase the living standard. Anaga, cultural ties. Nilesh Arya said, increase in the people to people contact. Emphasize on human resource development. Exactly. Yes, what Ashwini and Nivedita Babu said. That is more appropriate. Yes, you all on the right track. So basically, they are talking about human resource development. Human resource development. How? By providing education to building the institution like that. Along with that, yes, educational institution. Along with that, increase the connectivity. Increase the connectivity between them. How to connect? How to increase the connectivity? By building infrastructures. Means basically their aim is inclusive growth. Yes, their aim is inclusive growth and they are looking beyond the trade. Yes, Nilesh, as the government is more inclined in economic assistance from China. Okay. So these are the most important factor. Means they are basically focusing on the human resource development. Means trade is one aspect, but they are looking beyond that. It is a form of inclusive growth, education, connectivity, infrastructure, so that upliftment of the lives of common masses. Clear? Clear, everyone? Other than trade means not just other than trade, the proper word is beyond trade. They are thinking on development aspect. Clear? And why it was so? It is to counter BRI project of China. That is Road Initiative. Belt and Road Initiative. This is an important, what we can say, ambitious project of China, and to counter that, they are building slow. Next important thing, what are the challenges in the growth corridor? Yes, there should be some challenges. It is an idealistic thing. What are their challenges? So the two challenges are very clear in front of you. First is China. Why China is considered as a challenge? Because is much more. Investment of China is much more. Along with that, most important thing, they took leap in that. As already they started means before launching of this Asia Africa growth corridor, China's presence was there, and they are far ahead of India and Japan. Clear? Second, investment as compared to the investment of Japan and India, Chinese investment is too much in that area. This is the first challenge for us. Second most important challenge is instability in African nation, and you know that there is a condition of civil war in most of the African state. Yes, most of the African state. And why it is so? Because presence of different tribes, lack of experience of democracy, and these tribes are fighting with each other. So this creates a problem. Yes, this creates a problem. So if you are going to invest, and along with that there are many places where the dictators are there, military government are there, continuous fighting were there. So if the continuous strife and fighting is there, do you really think so that peace is going to prevail? And if peace is not going to prevail, what's the use of building infrastructure there? Because it is just a dead investment. That is also the matter of concern for Asia Africa Growth Corridor. Yes, is that clear to you? All of you? Everyone, is that clear? Any question? Any query? Next, security concern. As India and Africa, this relationship is having this concerning aspect, and this is related to the security. First, of course, terrorism. Do you know any organization, international terrorist organization is present in Africa? Any name of any organization? Do you know that? Yes, have you ever read anything related to that? Hmm? Have you heard about it? Have you read about it anywhere? Terrorist organization? Yes, exactly. I'm expecting this thing. Boko Haram. Boko Haram is there. Then Al Qaeda. ISIS. ISIS is basically in Syria, it's Iraq and that area mostly. Yes, Boko Haram, Al Qaeda. So these are the international terrorist organization. And Africa, basically, we are going to mention the Horn of Africa. This Horn of Africa is the most important place for them. Clear? Yes, Rudra, AQIM. So Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, and all these are terrorist organizations, and they are having base in this particular area. Horn of Africa is very famous for that. That is a matter of concern for India because these organizations, terrorist organizations, do not want friendly relation with the India because they considered India as their enemy. So somehow, whenever India and African nation wants to strengthen their relationship, these creates obstacle. And this is not just a problem with India; they have a problem with the world. Clear? And because of their presence, there is a least scope for development. Next important aspect is drug trafficking. Yes, yes, Rudra. Al Shabaab. Means you know anything. Eh? Hmm? Hmm? Nahi na? Good. Yes, exactly. Al Shabaab is there, Al Qaeda is there, Boko Haram and all. Clear. Drug trafficking is another important issue or security concern for us. Drug, you know, one news channel is there, they told you all types of drug. So now you are having full knowledge of it. Which type of drug is there? So this drug trafficking is the most important aspect. Clear? Like most important concern, not just for Africa but India also, because this is illegal and injurious to health. Clear? Illegal, injurious to health, and there is a possibility, that youth are going to fall into the trap, and if any country's youth is going to fall in this trap, then it is a real danger for that country. Means this is a more dangerous than any attack from the enemy country. Clear? This is a matter of concern, because this illegal drug are going to ruin the lives of African youths. Clear? So this is a matter of concern for us. Next, human trafficking. Human trafficking, that is illegal trade of human. Means it is a kind of slavery only. And you know that who is the most important victim of this human trafficking? Yes, any guess? Yes, any guess from all of you? Who is the most important victim of such human trafficking, if we considered in gender term? Yes, if we considered in the gender term. Yes, it is known as flesh term. Women, yes, of course, women are the victims of it. Mostly, it doesn't mean it is a women trade only. No, mostly women are suffered because of that. So this is a very concerning thing. And illegal human trafficking is also having one more impact, that is a demographic impact. Demographic changes is going to take place. It is going to disturb the family life and all. Yes, Preeti, exactly. Women are the most important, and then children. Human trafficking is for all, women, children, or men. But mostly women are the victim of it. Flesh trade. This is a matter of concern for the security, matter of concern between India and Africa as well. Both are working on it. Next, proliferation of WMD. What is this WMD? Yes, Rudra, what is WMD? Yes, Anaga, Ashwini, Preeti, Nilesh Arya. Hmm. What is this WMD? Yes, what is this WMD? Weapons of mass destruction. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Weapons of mass destruction. Clear? And no response from Rudra. Means, yes, what happened? I was kidding that time. Yes, if you felt something serious, then I'm really sorry for that. Yes, it is a weapons of mass destruction. Like what? Like what? What kind of weapons? What kind of weapons? Basically the chemical weapons, then chemical weapons, then biological weapon. and including nuclear weapons. Clear? Then it's okay. Biological weapon, chemical weapon, nuclear weapons. These are the form of weapons of mass destruction. And what if it transferred to terrorist group? Yes, what if? Just imagine this, whatever the name of organizations you mention, whatever the name of organization you mention, if this weapons of mass destruction is handed over to them, somehow proliferation means leaking and all, somehow they get it, then what will be the situation? Don't you think so? They are mad people. They are going to use it anywhere, and this proliferation of weapons of mass destruction is basically threat to humanity. Yes, so that is the matter of concern for us. So at any cost, such type of instrument, such type of weapon should not be handed to them at all cost. And we know that horrifying incident of 9 by 11. We know the horrifying incident of 26 by 11. How the madness prevailed. Clear? So the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction is a more important point of concern, security concern for both Africa and India. And the last thing, that is, yes, piracy. Somalia, as I mentioned, piracy, this is the most important issue. And you know what? Uh, in 2011, 12, 13, this was the most important problem. Means every time this madness was going on, clear? And what India did? India sent navy ship for patrolling. Clear? And it's a really proud moment for us, that is Indian Navy saved many merchant navy ships from the pirates. Clear? I think some of you quite aware of one movie of Tom Hanks. I don't know the movie, but it is related to the piracy. It's a really good movie. It is available on internet. It is related to piracy only. And the Tom Hanks was basically a pilot, sorry, not pilot, mm, captain of the ship, and how he saved the people, how he saved the, uh, what we can say, the ship to fall into the hands of pirates. Clear? So this piracy was most important issue in those years, but now the Africa and India joint patrolling is there in that particular area. Clear? So because of that, the piracy is reduced lot. Yes, it reduced lot. And you know what? One more important thing. Do you know the Operation India launch in Africa? Yes, it is a GK question for you. Do you know that India launched a rescue operation in Africa in recent years? If you know, then what's the name? Also, Africa Integrated Maritime Strategy 2050. Yes, 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 exactly. Means this piracy is also having maritime security. Here, the another word we can add, maritime security. Yes, exactly. Yes, so my question is very simple for you. Do you know that India launched a rescue operation in Africa in recent years? And what's the name of that operation? If you know that, please let me know which country as well. And yes, it is recent times. It is not in 1970, 18 all. Recently, in this decade only. And this operation was very successful. India rescued the people, not from India only. We saved the people from other areas. Yes, we shall save the Chinese people as well. Yes, do you know that? At least, yes, respond like that. Do you know that? Have you ever heard about it? At least, have you ever heard about it that India launched such an operation? Rescue operation was there. Ashwini mentioned Kukri. Yes, Anaga also mentioned Kukri. Operation Kukri launch. Where? Which country? In which country India launched that? Yes, two people know, so that's why. Yes, go ahead. What's this Operation Kukri? What's this operation and why India launched? Kalpesh said don't know. Neha said don't know. Okay. Yes, Anaga and Ashwini, are you interested to give more information? Yes, if you are so, then we all are waiting for you. Otherwise, otherwise, Anaga said Nigeria and Ghana. I think so. I don't think so. Yes, Syria. Okay. Yes, everyone. So this is the homework for you. This is the homework for you. Just try to search. Yes, everyone. Try to search by your own. In recent time, India launched one operation in Africa where we rescued the Indians. It is just like airlift. You watch that movie, I think so, at least you heard about it. It is the kind of that situation only. India launched such type of operation in recent time and we not just saved Indian but we saved others as well because of this terrorism, because of this madness was going on in that particular area. So please do not forget, try to find out the answer. Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Any question, any doubt, any query? Yes, is there any question, any doubt, any query? Oh, yes, do you have any question? Nope. What Nilesh Arya said, upcoming Shahrukh movie. Okay. Ah, Bollywood is going to exploit these things. It's okay. Yes, no problem. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. Thank you very much for your valuable time. And yes, those who are new here and wants to connect with me, then this is my Telegram channel at Unacademy underscore Harshweek10. Along with that, please have a subscription of Unacademy and use my code Harshweek10. And if you like video, please like it, share it, and tell your friends. And along with that, if you really like the way I teach, then you can dedicate the hats which is available with you on app, and you can write the review as well. Along with that, one more information for you. At 8 p.m. we have MCQ on Indian national movement, and the area is 1830 to 1840. Along with that, at 9:30 we are having a discussion session on industrial revolution. There we are going to discuss the quiz as questions and answer format. So please do join me there. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Have a good day, great day.